Do you guys remember Kouri Richins? Kouri Richins is the Utah lady, moneyed lady, she had a little cash, who killed her husband with fentanyl poisoning and then wrote a children's book to help her grieving children. Like, this is how you grieve, and daddy is not gone. He's just over there dead. Okay, so she killed her husband and then later was charged with his murder. But in the meantime, she got famous? I don't know, locally famous. She was on like the Today Show and whatever, because she wrote this children's book about grieving that got to be really popular. Kouri girl, once you commit a crime, you're going to want to keep a low profile. But Kouri is clearly not that bright. And we found that out yesterday when she had a bond hearing. Now listen, she got arrested, but she was like, if I could just get out and go out here in the community, there's some things I would like to take care of. Please and thank you. But the state was like, girl, we got the goods on you and we about to show up at court and roll it all out. Normally about it, now listen, I have watched Law and Order and I have watched lots of hearings, but I had not seen a hearing like this. This was basically a mini trial and I was perched watching every moment of it. Oh my God, it was so good. So many things came out about Miss Kouri that I had not realized. This is what I knew. I knew she was accused of buying fentanyl. I knew she was accused of poisoning her husband. I knew she had done like this speaking circuit there in Utah about helping her children grieve and how wonderful daddy was and how much we miss him and how he's still here with us in our hearts. Okay, that's nice. I also knew that she had tried 3 times to poison her husband, Eric, sir, not to victim blame, but the second time she poisoned you, you wasn't like, listen, I'm going to take my stuff and I'm going to go. Because he had the money. He was the one with the trust fund. He was the one with the lucrative business. They also had 3 kids together. His family is saying he didn't want to leave his kids and he couldn't stand being a day without his kids. You know what? Now your kids got to be a lifetime without you because it is heifer. But okay, so she poisoned him 3 times before she was successful, not like somewhere along the way. It's not like the 3rd time worked. No, 3 times that we know of. Now, you know how court works. They only bring in there what they can prove. If we know about 3, you know she did it 10 times, right? She was just like, let me stir some decon in his salad dressing. Let me stir some fentanyl in his breakfast oatmeal. Like, I don't know. But so she kept trying to poison him. And he told his family and friends, that Kouri, she keeps trying to poison me. She was trying to poison him in a foreign country. They was in Paris or something. She poisoned the wine. If y'all good Mormons, why are you drinking wine? But whatever, not my business. So she tried to poison him so often, he told his family, listen, if I drop dead, it's Kouri. I think she's trying to poison me again. You know how she does. And he changed his life insurance policy so that his sister was the beneficiary. And old Kouri, thought she was a smart cookie. She went online, let her fingers do the walking. She tried to change it back. She was like, okay, dear life insurance company, send the money to me. And so the life insurance company was like, hey, Mr. Richins, your crazy wife who keeps trying to poison you, she changed the life insurance. So should we leave it to her or should we leave it to like your family, your business partner? And he was like, that Kouri. Yeah, no, don't give it to her. Give it to my family because I want my kids taken care of. Sir, you know who could have taken care of your kids? You, had you stayed alive and had this heifer arrested. But is that bad manners? I don't know what he was thinking. Lord, I talk my throat dry. Hang on. Okay. She keeps trying to poison him, and finally she succeeds. And so she put fentanyl in his Moscow Mule. Well, where did this nice Mormon lady get fentanyl? Oh, well, she got it at work. She owned a business where she like flipped houses or whatever. Now, the husband had a construction company, but she was over there flipping houses. And she had a woman who cleaned for her, who would clean her personal home, but mostly like after the houses were all done and the new construction, this cleaning lady would go in and wash all the mirrors and make it ready for the people to move in. Okay, great. So the cleaning woman was in recovery. Good for you, girl. Get your recovery on. And so Kouri, I guess she was a very bad influence. And she was like, hey, cleaning lady, listen, you know, I get some fentanyl. I keep reading in the news how it's killing people, and I'm gonna need some of that. So the cleaning lady was like, yeah, I know a guy. I'm clean and sober. I'm on day number. And Kouri was like, yeah. Good for you. Good for you. Can you give me some? So the cleaning lady called her connect, got the fentanyl and gave it to Miss Kouri. Okay. ill-advised. You're going to have to talk to your sponsor about that, girl, but okay. So Kouri did whatever she did with the fentanyl. We know she tried to poison her husband because if history is any indication, she was trying to kill his behind. And the fentanyl didn't work. Is he fentanyl proof? She didn't use enough of it. She didn't know how it worked. Who knows? She had the dosage all wrong. So she, in all her wisdom, went on Google and was like, how much fentanyl does it take to kill a man who's 170 pounds? Send. So she did her research, and then she called up her friend like, hey, listen, nice talking to you. What day you on now? I don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna need some more. Can you give me like $900 worth of fentanyl? I don't know if that's a lot of fentanyl, a little fentanyl. I don't know what a serving size is. I don't know nothing about fentanyl, except it's out here killing people. So she went and she got herself $900 worth of fentanyl, and her friend, her cleaning lady friend, gave it to her. And then she stirred it in the man's Moscow Mule. Oh, wait, she closed on a new property. She was like, I'm going to buy this big, giant luxury house with 20 bedrooms that is not zoned for commercial. It can only be a private residence. And I'm going to buy this house for $2 million. And then I'm going to fix it up for another $2 million. And then we're going to sell it for like $10 million. And I'm going to have my own money. And her husband was like, nah, girl, it's a bad investment. We're not going to do that because of the zoning, because of this, because of that. And she was like, okay, but let's do it anyway. And he was like, I don't think so. And so then she went and closed on the house. Marital discord. I don't know what happened at the house that night, but that is the night he got the heavily fentanyl-laced Moscow Mule. Now, her story is that he went to bed and one of her kids had a nightmare, and she was like, let me go sleep with this baby. I'm going to take care of my son. So she went and slept with her son, and she fell asleep, leaving her cell phone in the room where her husband was. And in the morning when she woke up, she was like, oh, he's dead. Oh, and he's cold to the touch. Yay. I should call 911. So she called 911. She did the whole grieving widow thing. Okay, great. Everybody is sad. Everybody is devastated. But how was y'all even surprised? Eric's family, y'all shouldn't have been surprised at all because he told y'all. And she was clearly trying to kill this man. So they were like, okay, what is his cause of death? We do not know. Maybe he had a heart attack, this young, healthy young man. They did the autopsy. Turns out 5 times. She gave him 5 times the lethal dose of fentanyl. And so there he was dead on the floor. And she was like, I was sleeping in the child's room. I don't know what happened. But on her cell phone, now listen, we learned in Murdoch, every time that phone moves, you pick it up, you lay it down, it changes orientation. They're going to be able to tell. So the FBI was like, oh, yeah, several times during the night, that phone was walking around the house. It kept changing orientation. She was picking it up, walked in the bedroom where he was. Girl, you did not do your research. Miss Kouri did all her research on the drugs. She didn't do her research on how to get away. Turns out also the life insurance policy, day after, she was like, oh, I'm too distraught. I don't know if I can plan a funeral. And so his family was like, we're devastated, but we will plan the funeral. She didn't have energy to plan the funeral. You know what she did have energy to do? Call and check on the life insurance. Turns out she had 6 secret life insurance policies on this man. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to sit down. Also, like, that's suspicious. Get 2, get 3. You know what they say? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. 6 life insurance policies? You thought that was going to go unnoticed? No, ma'am, it did not go unnoticed. And then once his life insurance paid out to his sister, not her, she was like, that house he told me not to buy, turns out it's a bad investment. I can't exactly afford it. So, can I get some of these other life insurance? No, you can't. You don't pay life insurance after you killed some. Okay. So, she immediately defaulted on the mortgage on the house that she bought the day she killed him. So now she's many millions of dollars in debt with no money to pay for what she had planned to do. Shades of Lori Vallow. Also shades of Lori Vallow. You know who else she had life insurance on? Her 3 sons. Lady, you going to hell with gasoline drawers on. You're going to be sitting right there next to Lori in the urban inner city of hell. Us regular heathens, leafy green suburbs. We're going to be out in the leafy green suburbs of hell where the Wi-Fi is slow. That is it. But you, flames everywhere. So, then she did some very interesting Google searches, and I had to write them down because I was like, girl. Okay, she researched, can you wipe an iPhone remotely? Ma'am. If you follow true crime at all, you would know about Faraday bags. And the nice police force, they put your phone in a Faraday bag, and you can't wipe it remotely because they have protections against bad criminals like you. What else did they do? Oh, her other Google search, can the police force you to take a polygraph test? Consciousness of guilt much? And this is my favorite of her searches. Luxury prisons for rich people. Are there luxury prisons for rich people? I guess she wanted to find out. I heard about that one down in Allen, Texas, where the Theranos lady and where Jen Shaw is. You know Jen Shaw's putting on a play down there. I talked about Jen Shaw's play. So maybe you could go to that luxury prison where they play pickleball and you get massages or whatever. I don't know what they got in prison. Like I said, I ain't going. I don't know nothing about it. Don't even want to do that much research about it. But so she did all these searches and she was like, just in case. Her lawyer was like, she was just doing research on her case. She wanted to know what she could look forward to. You know what she could look forward to? Not getting bail yesterday. Her sister-in-law got up there and was like, she's trash. She's 100 kinds of trash. And here are the things that she's done. The day after her husband died, she was like, so we're going to clear out all his stuff. Now, this is the gospel according to his sister. She's like, we're going to get rid of all his stuff. Now, I'm too busy to plan his funeral, but I do have energy to call all the life insurance companies, and can we get somebody over here to drill out this gun safe so I can just get the guns out? I think I'm gonna sell them. I'm trying to decide what else I'm gonna do. I gotta get rid of some stuff in here. Her sister-in-law was like, wait. Why don't we just get the combination? And she was like, have to get out of my house. And so the sister-in-law was like, I'm grieving my brother. You're not gonna throw me out of my brother's house. And so Miss Kouri, who was too weak and frail to plan her husband's funeral, jumped on her sister-in-law and tried to beat the mess out of her. Oh, you got energy now, Miss Kouri. She beat her so badly, it took 4 family members to drag Kouri off of this woman. That's some kind of energy. The millions will give you motivation. She was million motivated. Look, I'm wearing my dollar shirt today. She was highly, highly motivated, but highly wrong. And based on these factors, the life insurance on the kids, the getting fentanyl, and all of that other mess, the judge was like, nah, girl, you got to sit in prison. And the woman who sold her the drugs was like, I'm in my recovery and I'm still counting days and I'm trying to do the right things. And so when they went to the would-be drug dealer's house, she had like all these affirmations up on her mirror, and she had the article cut out about Eric's death where he died of fentanyl poisoning. You feeling guilty? I told you gonna need to talk to your sponsor. Ma'am, that's gonna need to be on your 4th step. I'm just saying. If you know. Friends of Bill, you know what I'm talking about. She gonna have to turn that over in 5. But anyway, so she was feeling real guilty. She's gonna testify against Miss Kouri now because she's trying to get her life together. She's in drug court. She's trying to get a whole situation straight. But Miss Kouri, she gonna be in jail, and not the luxury prison for rich people. She gonna be in the regular prison for killers, for killing her husband. And she sits there, and she at least worked up a tear. Listen, credit to these criminals who are now working up actual liquid tears as opposed to the wailing and moaning that we have seen historically from Alex Murdaugh and Shirley Merritt's no good son and others on the stand. So there's a lot more to come in the Kouri Richins case. But Kouri, girl, you sitting in prison in the meantime. I need to sit my butt over at the gym. And so I'm going to go, but I'm going to talk to y'all later. Bye.